back with Dive Bar Comedy.
All right. Dive Bar Comedy is live on Tuesday night. We are back. So I'm Wild Joe. I'm excited to be here. We've got our regular tech guru, Carol Newell.
Yeah.
She got us up and running, 9 p.m.
On the dot.
And we are about to play our famous theme song by GT.
Here we go.
Wake up when the sun goes down. I wake up when the sun goes down. I wanna do some comedy. I wanna do some comedy. At a dive bar, at a dive bar, at a dive bar, at a dive bar. I can't say what I wanna say. I can't say what I wanna say. Nonsense. Dive bar comedy. Dive bar comedy. Dirty, bad, nasty 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 comedy. Dive bar comedy.
Yeah.
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 Boy.
All right. What's up, Mista See?
What it do, JoJo, baby girl? How you doing? What up, y'all? What it do?
I'm good.
What up, what up?
My baby woke up just in time for the act. I like your glasses tonight, Mista See. You're
Thank you, thank you. I was trying to look intellectual.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's working. It's working.
Like a
All
secretary.
right. We got some fun comics here tonight. We got Ken Mottard in the house.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! We got Bella Rose.
Yeah.
All right. Tommy Lucero.
I'm still trying to figure out how to turn this on.
We got Rachel Fogletto all the way from the East Coast.
Woo!
Yeah. Sandy Gelfound.
Woohoo!
First timer.
Right on.
And showing up in the nick of time is Daryl Kamack.
Daryl.
So
You're muted,
it is
baby.
about to be a fun show. All right. I'm starting my watch party. Easier said than done. Anybody watching this on Facebook Live right now, you could click underneath to share and start your watch party. Oh, the baby is gonna be a problem. I see some muting in my future. All right. Carol,
Yes,
you said some interesting things have been happening to you lately. I saw that you now are the host of the Drive-In comedy show. Tell people what's going on in your life, Carol.
Nice.
We're doing a lot of live comedy, in-person comedy, socially distant comedy. We're doing a park show on Saturday afternoon at Pan Pacific Park next to the Grove in Los Angeles. If you're around, come and check us out. It's an open air seating amphitheater, so it's very safe. And we're also doing the drive-up comedy on Saturday night. That's in Burbank. And then also on Thursday night, I'm doing an open mic at Griffith Park Fountain. So we're all over the place. And I'm still doing 3 online shows. So yeah, I'm a busy girl. And you can get details about all of that at The World's Best Laugh. That's me, The World's Best Laugh.
And you have a great laugh. You have a great laugh. All right. I'm sorry about this baby. This is a difficult situation. Mista See,
Yes.
what's been going on with you?
Oh, nothing. Just same old stuff. I'm just glad to be on the Dive Bar Comedy Show again. Another week surviving the corona. No deep cough.
There
So
you
I'm
go.
feeling all right. You know what I mean? Just really excited to get back out for the summer. Glad to be doing shows. We're working on a new film right now with the Skit Bags crew from my great writer director Neil Chisholm. My man, we working with Mike Tyson right now on some shit in the cut. I can't be happier right now. Got a film out right now and whatnot called the Deported movie, which is out on the iTunes and stuff. So check that out and let's get into this goddamn show and make people laugh.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've been taking it easy, staying home. I've been going on walks. Today I walked by my neighbor's house and they don't want any dogs shitting on their yard. So they put up a big sign, like a placard with a picture of a dog shitting on their yard. So now that's all you can think about when you walk by. So I don't know. I don't know which is worse, a pile of dog shit on your yard or a huge picture of a dog shitting. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. All right, let's talk to some of the new people.
Woo.
I want to talk to Rachel Fogletto. Am I saying that right?
That's perfect. Just how it looks.
All right. And you were telling me that you have a really cool live show that you're doing on Zoom. Can you tell people about what you're doing?
Yeah, it's actually the next one is this Thursday. Come as you are. It's so it doesn't stream, but it is in the Zoom. So you just go through Eventbrite, and then you can come in, and it's intimate. I've had people say it makes them feel like they're at a bar again when they can hear other people laughing with them. Which, hey, don't we all? We're all here, right? Don't we all want to be at a bar again? I know I do.
Yeah. I think, okay, let's do a poll. Who misses bars more than they miss their family? I mean, honestly,
About
let's be real.
50-50. About 50-50.
I would like to see my family, but I really think about going to a bar all the time. And not because I'm a big drinker. I just miss being out and about. There's nothing to do anymore. So.
Yeah, I like to be around people. It's like I like to be around people, but I don't want to talk to anybody. So when they shut everything down, I think I had a meltdown, and I was like, I just want to go to a bar. There's a dive bar like around the corner from me that I just like to go. The lighting's terrible. Like everybody's weird, but nobody really bothers you. And I'm like, I just like the fact that I can't go there. I'm like a mess.
Yeah, and I listened to your set, or I watched your set you sent me, and it had a lot of material about drinking, and I don't know how much of that is true to your life right now, but it seems like you love to drink, so it must be hard not to be able to go to a bar.
Well, I mean, I don't need a bar to drink, so the
Right on,
atmosphere that I
sister.
really miss, you know.
Well, I like your setup there. You've got your own home bar, so you can drink in the comfort of your home.
I figured it's the diviest bar I could put. I was trying to find all these old pictures of debauchery, and I was just like, let me just put the bar that's in my living room, even though I'm not in there.
So where you're on the East Coast, I remember that much. Where do you perform out there when things were open?
Well, I'm in Philadelphia. So
Oh, Philly, what up? Mount Airy boy right here.
Oh, good Lord.
Are you from Philly too?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God, where are you now?
For me, I'm in LA and whatnot. I moved here about 10 years ago and whatnot. I'm never going home. They only to see my mama. And she don't got no bar, so she got a problem.
It's always so weird. I always whenever if I'm in LA and there's somebody else from Philly, East Coast of Philly, I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm a weirdo all the time.
Right. No, it's actually a lot of us out here and whatnot. One of our comedians, Dana's from Philly. We got these two twin comedians that come on, the Yardley twins, who are also from Philly and whatnot. A couple of guys I met here is from the crib. There's a lot of East Coast people here. My whole Skit Bags crew is nothing but New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Philly, and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So we out here, man. We out here.
Have to be everywhere. Can't escape us.
Well, we're so happy to have you on. Thanks for reaching out and for finding us. It's exciting to have some people that are outside of LA.
One day
All
I
right.
hope to see you in real life.
Yeah, if you're ever out here. If there's ever any in real life again, because everything
Yeah.
is virtual now.
Hopefully.
All right, Sandy. Sandy barely made it on. And a lot of tech, we needed a little tech support to get Sandy through. Sandy, I checked you out. You're an ex-cheerleader. That's amazing. Not just a regular high school cheerleader like me, but a pro cheerleader. Oh, sorry. Tell people about it.
So I cheered for the Raiders back in the day, and
Wow.
yeah,
Not a lot of cheering going on, huh?
Let's
yeah.
go Niners.
The Raiders suck.
I
Let's
cheered
go
like
Niners.
5 years for them, and I just read that they're having, I cheered in 19 and I just read that they're having tryouts in Vegas for the new Raiderettes, right? We're called Raiderettes, kind of like Raisinets, but we dance. Anyway, I heard that they're having tryouts, and I was like, I got excited. I'm older now. My body's not the way it used to be, but I thought, could there be a chance? Could it be possible? Could any way? And I said, that's it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try out again. I'm going to do it. And I said to my husband, honey, here, help me off the couch.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's my story. I'm so glad to be here. I'm just getting back into stand up. I had written a one-woman show, and I was focusing on that, traveling and touring it, and now getting back into stand up has really been exciting. Trying to have a discipline, writing every day, and so this is great. So thank you so much. Thanks, Joanna.
So Sandy, when did you start stand up? It sounds like a pretty recent thing.
No, I did stand up in 19 and but then I transitioned, I took a big break, and then I transitioned into writing my one-woman show, and that was my focus. So just recently I'm back to stand up, just I don't know, maybe in the last 8 months.
Nice. So you made it onto a real stage before everything got shut down.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, we're happy to have you on.
Thanks,
It's going
Joanna.
to be a fun show.
Good to be here.
All right. If you guys see a creepy baby hand, that's because I've got a creepy baby on me. So it's only one way to shut him up. Oh no, and it's
With
not
most
even
men.
working. All right, Daryl Kamack, first time on our show. We've done some real life shows with the 1, 2, 3. What's it called? ABC. What was that? 1, 2. Do you remember what that was called, Mista See? The 1, 2, 3 comedy spot, right?
Oh, no, the A to Z comedy tour.
A to Z comedy tour.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah,
That's
we
how
did
I
that.
know
Daryl Gray.
What's
Shout
up?
out
I'm
to
happy
Daryl
to
Gray.
see
You
you.
real dude.
Yeah, man. If you guys see me pop in and out of here, I'm a senior citizen, so I may have to go pee.
Yeah, that's why I was listening at the beginning
Hey,
of
I
the
just
show.
had to let you know.
Gotta
If you
do what
see
you
me
gotta
jet
do.
out, if you see me jet out in the middle of my set, hopefully I won't have to. That's why I did it just a few minutes ago. But you know what I'm saying? You get a little older, man, I'm not in control of things. Y'all can laugh, you young people, but believe me, you will be here too.
Thank you for the young. Thank you for the young. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is my second online show. I hadn't done any comedy at all, man. I wasn't even in the mind space, you know what I'm saying, to do it for so long, but I figured, I got to do something, in the meantime, because I need to laugh or I'm gonna go fucking crazy, right?
Do you feel like it's because you didn't have that connection with people face to face that kind of turned you off?
I don't think it was that so much. I think it was more or less the overall climate on what was going on in the world.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I have kids, I'm saying, who are of the age of the warrior age, right? Where they want to be out there at 22, between 22, 20, 30.
Yeah.
So they want to deal with all that. So you're dealing with that. And then the whole pandemic, and then, it was just a lot of shit going on, man. And I just wasn't in the in the right space to do it.
Yeah. Well, old school taxi, we just lock them in the basement, give them a cap full of liquor, wake them up in the morning.
So once I got there and I got past all the foolishness, I still had to laugh. I mean, I laughed at everything, and a lot of people talk about, not being on stage. I'm going to always be a comic, whether I'm on stage or not. I've been a comic my entire life. This is
always on stage.
You know what I'm saying? So people say, well, what do you feel like doing comedy? I never stopped in a way. I just haven't done on stage shows, but I've always been a comic my whole life. I live, what I'm saying? We're funny people. This is what we do. We make people laugh. Whether we're on stage or whether we're in the office or whether we're in the living room or whether we're in the line at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. So I've been able to still, do that. But, this is kind of cool, man. I like, communicating with people. That whole human interaction that you talked about is very important. And I did realize that I missed that a lot more than I thought that I did.
Well, I definitely miss adult interaction.
Yeah.
When the only people I have to talk to have vocabulary of a 2-year-old at the most, So,
I mean, just seeing normal human interaction. I saw a grandfather. I was in the grocery store. A grandfather was whooping his grandson's ass, and I was cheering him on. Whoop his ass! Whoop his ass, granddad! I needed to see that. I needed to see that human emotion, and I was cheering that shit on. I was, you whoop his ass. That's what he needs.
Oh, that poor kid's gonna remember that for a long time. He'll be like,
good. You know what? And he probably deserves it.
We're cheering.
His granddad is here. He is taking him out to the store and during the pandemic in the first place, and now he's acting the damn fool, right?
Hey,
he needed
it's better his granddaddy than the cops one day.
He's about around 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Hey, you know what? But I was happy, and I took comfort in that, seeing that granddaddy whoop his ass.
Absolutely.
Question:
because that's human life.
Beat your kids in celebration?
Huh?
Did you go home and beat your kids in celebration?
No, my kids are too old for me to beat like that.
Hey, that's how you celebrate. It's like, hey, I just saw some great stuff. Son,
You know what I'm saying?
You know that shit last week?
If I'm going that way with my kid, I'm breaking jaws at that point. You know what I mean? It's a little bit too big to be dealing with. No, my kids are grown.
Oh, okay.
I'm a senior citizen, man. I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Are your sons really big too? Are they like 6'8", 700 pounds?
No. He's 6'4".
Oh, great. That's my
6
size.
feet. Yeah, I'm 6 feet. He's a big kid. So yeah, he's my youngest. My daughter, she just moved out this
Be nice
weekend.
to that big one.
Yeah, she's going to medical school. And my son, he's cool. Right?
Good. That's right. You got to check first. Like, he's cool.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's doing well too. But anyway, I know that's not what
we're happy
talk
to have
about.
you on. This is exciting.
Yes,
Meet up in the virtual world, and there are people watching. Carol, how many people are watching right now? Do you know?
At the moment, we have 13 viewers, but we do get a lot of replays. So,
all right, and we're all over the place.
It's a watch party still.
I may have to change this because these people behind me aren't social distancing. So I may have to go to another location. So you may see me somewhere else shortly.
All right. Well, I think everybody else is a repeat. Tommy, you've been on our show before, right? Or you
virtually.
The first time or two? Seriously, the second time, right?
Yes, second time. It's nice to be back. It was a.
I'm gonna let Mista See talk to you guys for a minute while I try to get this baby to sleep, because otherwise he's gonna be crying through our whole show. So, Mista See, how about you catch up with a couple people, and I'll be right back.
Does the baby have a question?
The show, you're showing an old show.
The baby has a lot to say, but it's all just a lot of crying. So we'll be back. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Excellent. Well, salute America to that. Sounds just like an American. She's raising an American.
Hey.
That takes me back, man. My mom used to take me into bars all the time too.
What'd you say?
Yeah, my mom used to take me into the bars all the time too, man. That takes me back.
Oh, it's good mom. Good mom. So Tom,
Yeah.
what's going on with you in the world, son?
Just trying to stay safe and not come down with the Black Plague or whatever the hell's going around now.
Yeah, well, I just call it the flu. We just call it the flu where I'm from and whatnot. So you got any stuff coming up? You been doing anything recently or anything?
Just trying to keep going with the podcast, Coffee with a Roach, the Lazy Sodcast. You can find that on Spotify and all the streaming services, as well as 40 Ounce to Funny virtual comedy shows right now until we get back up and running with the live stuff. So you can check that out on the Facebooks. We have the streaming show, kind of like the same way you guys do it, but just 40 Ounce to Funny, and just try to have fun. Trying to stay right.
It sounds like a good show. Do you guys drink 40s during the show?
At one time, that was a prerequisite, but now it's just bong loads more than anything.
Yeah. I figured as soon as the first dick came out, it was like, okay, we can't do this anymore. Weird, bro. It's weird, bro. It's like, no homo, bro.
Find on the internet for that
Look
shit.
at it, bro. No homo, bro. That's up.
Speaking of the mic.
And this is your first live time doing the show with us online, right?
Second time.
Second one. So how are you feeling about the online side, and do you think you're going to keep it going after things open back up?
It's another interesting avenue to keep exploring later on down the line. If not for stand-up comedy shows, then maybe for skit shows or live podcasting, stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I never really gave it a thought before it was mother of invention, necessity, all that kind of thing. So, but now there's a lot of things that can be done with it. Green screens and all that kind of thing. It's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, the whole economy has changed. I mean, there's a whole new economy based on masks alone. Like there's people literally paying the rent by selling masks right now. You get what I'm saying? Or the fireworks that I heard for the last 3 months in LA, I'm sure that covered the whole country as far as what they sold.
You got to find what family member of mine selling fireworks, because there's got to at least be one of them.
Oh man, dude, I think they're giving them away. It was so many and whatnot. Like I think they're just fuck, we're celebrating. We're stuck. Take them.
I missed the memo. I don't know where they're coming from.
Hell yeah. Hey, is there anyone last thing you want to tell anything about people about early Tom God?
Just check out the podcast, Coffee with a Roach, Lazy Sodcast, and 40 Ounce to Funny comedy shows. Check it out online.
That's right. Drink a 40 of Ing Bing. It makes you enjoy the show better and whatnot.
Oh.
Did we talk to everybody?
No.
Bella?
Me.
Ooh, okay. So this is Miss Bella. I'm a yoga pose pretzel rose. What's going on with your sugar thing?
Well, I just want to apologize first. Well, number one, I can't share this for my live watch party. I'm having a hard time sharing it. And number two, I want to apologize for dipping out early last time. My kids were giving me such a rash of shit, like, oh, Mom, what, you're going to be the next Karen? It's Black Lives Matter. It's supposed to be, no videos, no internet, no, like, what are you doing, And then, you're lucky, Johanna, because she could just put them on her tit, Once they get like 50, well, my daughter's going to be 15. Then I have my son who's 20. He's not too judgmental, luckily. The 15-year-old, though.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like really insecure. I feel like I'm going through another like teenage, like somehow my midlife crisis, but I feel like an insecure teenager around her. She's so highly critical.
Well, I actually have a theory. I tease my mother because I call her party girl, because I'm saying women, they tend to mold with other women around them, and they will even regress to a younger state. And men do the same thing. You get around a 10-year-old little boy, you're pulling out your dick and saying stupid stuff. If men, we were stupid like that. And women are the same way. It's like, oh, well, let me touch your tits too. Oh, let me see your tits. Oh, is my ass fat in this? I don't know. Is my ass fat? I don't know. Let's go out and get drunk. So,
well, yeah, there's that theory. You are the 6 people you hang out with the most. So,
yeah. So, with the quarantine and being with the kids, have you attempted to kill one yet?
I think I'm just creating like a fatal disease in me. where I'm just dying. I mean, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I have a brain tumor. And my doctor just told me I could have the cancer gene. So of course now I'm like, oh yeah, I have like a brain tumor. I probably have uterus cancer. I probably have bowel cancer. You know, I'm thinking either it's COVID. This is the inside the brain of a hypochondriac. Okay. It's either I'm like having COVID or I'm having cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, well, stress is a determining factor.
I figure my kids are gonna like me so much more if I'm dead, you know?
Usually.
They would like me,
Yeah,
people
usually.
totally appreciate me then. I'm like,
Hey, you make a great Instagram post.
sad when I'm dead. And they're like, hurry up and die.
Hey, you know, so you got insurance, right? You got health insurance?
No, I don't have fucking health insurance.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, your kids do not want you to die. Unless they get a really good GoFundMe from the yoga community. They need you and whatnot. So question, what's been going on with you lately? You been doing any shows, hanging out, working out, doing like yoga on the top of a building or some shit?
Well, you know, I'm doing yoga every day. It's so funny. I told my daughter, I'm like an Olympic athlete. You know, I have to train every day. You know, I train like 3-4 hours a day. And she's like, Mom, you're a 47-year-old woman doing yoga alone at home. You know, and I'm like, but no, I'm really like focused on standing on my hands right now.
Yeah.
So it's been challenging because but yeah, I feel like I'm sort of in a mental hospital here. You know, I have my art time where I can paint. I have my workout time. They let me go to the store sometimes, you know, for a little outing.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's like.
Well, I think it's positive because you keep doing enough yoga, eventually you'll be able to bend around and eat your own coochie. So I think it'll be good.
Right. Well, I
Yeah,
think that would be something to aim for sure. That's the most action I've been getting in like many, many years. So, you know, it would be like having to charge the vibrator too, right? Like reduce one step. Just
right, I'm telling you.
And you know, if you want something done right, do it yourself.
Do it yourself. I'm telling you, that should be the motto of the MidTown incel. You can tell them a lot of
Let's bring it up.
Yoga goals.
Right. Excellent. So question, so we get to the close. Is there anything coming up that you want to tell people about before we finish out talking to you a bit?
Me?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm good. But
I'm good.
For having me on your show again. You guys seem very cool and nice seeing you all. It's lovely to interact with adults.
Hell yeah. And we still got Jill with a baby on her titty. And did we get everybody?
Ken
Dog?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
Oh, Ken the Godson Mottard. So
Hey, you know.
We need a moment of silence for the God. All right. We're back into it. So what's going on with you, Ken the God? What's going on, baby?
You know what? Just still working. I haven't missed a day of work through this whole COVID nonsense. I work for the state of California. I'm everybody's favorite person. I work for the DMV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. You know, we missed 2 days because somebody got sick, and they closed us down for a deep clean, which means they actually came in and vacuumed, I guess. But besides that, it's been, I've been fortunate. It's like my 3rd or 4th time working out with you guys. I've been on a couple other Zoom mic stuff in the area. Snuck out and did a live show with you guys. Snuck out, did a live show with Joe Bando a couple months ago before he lost his spot. I've escaped to Arizona. I've escaped to Nevada. I've escaped to Northern California because dude, I'm an ex-Marine. All that shit they stuck in my arms when I was going through boot camp, I'm immune to everything. You know, it's like stab, move on. I don't know what they stuck me with, you know. But other than that, man, we're all good. The wife still loves me. We're still living in the same house. She ain't killed me yet or kicked me out, so it's a win.
That's what I'm talking about, America the Beautiful and whatnot. So question, are you really enjoying these online shows, or are you going to keep it going after you get done when things open back up, or you think you're going to do a little bit of both?
I'm going to keep doing both because I'm the kind of guy that I need the interaction. I need the face-to-face or the knee-to-knee or the verbal bouncing off of people. But I also like the Zoom shows too because I don't have to wear pants.
Fuck yeah.
You know.
Fuck yeah. Well, me, for example, we did a show 2 weeks ago and I sang the national anthem. Well, I jumped up to sing Amber Waves. I was in my tidy whities. I was like, oh shit, I gotta start right there.
That was a shock for some people.
Hey,
That
look,
was a major shock.
Hey, come on, it's just a whole lot of black love, baby. That's all it is. Black Hawks matter. Don't you guys worry about it.
Hey, no.
That's all. That's all. It's the motto. It's the motto. That's all it is and whatnot. So, Ken God, anything perturbing you in the world out here today? You ready to get it in, or what's going on special with you, Big Daddy?
Anything perturb me in the world, dude? I work at DMV for the state of California. Do I need to say anything else? You know, I've got a 30-year-old son that doesn't talk to me unless he wants money. You know?
Oh.
I'm not kidding. You know.
Wait a minute. Wait, are you my dad?
No.
Okay.
Although I could be. Because there is that age difference, so you never know.
So, hey, DMV question.
Yeah, go.
How often is there a fist fight at the DMV?
So in my office at Oxnard, there was one in the parking lot between a father and grandfather. I mean, a grandson and grandfather about a week ago. And Grandpa was 74 years old, and grandson threw two right hands, and Grandpa picked him up and slammed him on the concrete. And we were yeah. No, it wasn't a little slap here. There was a closed fist right hook, and Grandpa said, "Nope, we ain't playing that," and just dropped him.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
CHP was called the whole bit.
We got Joe back.
He was told no. You know. Yeah,
Wow.
And Johanna is back. Welcome back.
I'm back. I performed a miracle. It might not last, but
Bourbon works well for that.
But I came back just in time to say I'm happy you guys are all here and I'm ready to start the show.
Let's do it.
All right, Mista See, me and Carol are taking a break this week because we already did all our great material last week, so you can catch us on the replay.
Yes, I see. I got 6 comedians.
All right.
So I was going to just alternate boy, girl. So should we go boy first or girl first? Anybody want to go first?
Girls first. Ladies first. I prefer.
Kenny?
I'll go first. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Who said we want to go first? Nobody? Then I'm going to pick a rando. I got my 3 boys, my 3 girls. Got Tom Gow. We got Big D. We got my man Kenny. All right. Ken's a veteran. So we're going to put the veteran up first because he's a great opener and he's a dad. And he just saw a grandfather show one of these young bastards what old man strength is about. That's from eating radishes during the 20s, during the Depression. Shit makes your cock hard, baby. You know what I'm saying? That man used to make missiles for airplanes in World War I by hand as a 10-year-old. He'll fuck you up. So that's why we got to get into this next man, because it's all about America, all about what's true, all about what's hardworking, and you better get ready, because it's all about the strong man game. Are you guys ready for a strong man to get into it? Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go. Clap for Ken, the man of USA Modern.
All right, man. Thank you very much for that, as usual, awesome introduction. So, you know, it's people always say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover or judge you by your friends. I disagree. People judge me all the time based on my friends, with reason. One of my best friends growing up, his name is Mike. I'm not making up his name. That's his real name. I have his permission to use it. I met Mike in Alcoholics Anonymous. We were both sober many years. When Mikey got sober, he told this story. I did not believe him until I heard it from the cop. Story is that Mike bought a new car. Neighbors had never seen the car before. Michael forgot to turn into his driveway and crashed through his fence. All right? The car goes out, 2 youths just crash into my neighbor's fence. The cops get there. Mikey's passed out, snoring on the steering wheel, done. Gary bails. The cops do a courtesy look, don't find Gary. They cuff and stuff Mike, and Gary goes from the bushes, oink, oink, piggy, piggy. That is never a good idea. They could not find him because it was dark out. 2 minutes later, he goes, oink, oink, piggy, piggy, motherfucker, and shook the bushes. Now they find him. They cuff and stuff him, put him in the back seat. The slamming of the car door wakes up Michael. And Michael looks at Gary and goes, bro, dude, I thought you got away. Alcoholic thinking at its finest. Gary goes, I did, but I got lonely. And then there's my buddy Brian, who first off, Brian was the best man at my wedding, but Brian did not have a driver's license the entire decade of the 90s. You know how hard you had to drink to get an entire decade of the 90s suspension? He was on his way to court for his 3rd DUI when he got his 4th DUI.
Oh.
He's one of my best friends, right? So we're all hanging out. We're all sober hanging out. And this is the stupid shit that we do. Brian goes to San Francisco when he buys the whatever, he buys a mortar so he can shoot fireworks off at the area. We're sitting in front of the local police station shooting fireworks at the police station. Could not figure out why we got arrested. Sober. We did that. Imagine what the shit we did when we were loaded. Right? It was nuts. I could tell you drunk stories and getting loaded stories forever if I remember them. But I think I really screwed up my brain, because the wife and I, we rented a car a couple years ago. We went to Vegas, and it was snowing. We were there for Christmas. It was snowing. And I come out, we got to go for a drive. And I'm like, there's snow all over the car. Let me scrape off the window. Oh, look, it's on the roof. I start to open the sunroof because my head said, open the sunroof, the snow goes away. My wife just looked at me with that look that Carol's giving me right now. You're just a fucking idiot. And I'm like, what? She goes, where do you think the snow is going to go? It's going to go, in the car. You know, it's like, what men may have PhDs, we may have doctorates, we may be good parents, but we are just stupid. Stupid. My wife's cell phone broke. I'm trying to fix it, right? I got it apart. I'm trying to fix it. A, I'm not mechanically inclined whatsoever. B, I think I got it working. So I call it to see if it's working. And then I get mad because somebody's calling me while I'm trying to fix the phone. You know, my brain is just doesn't work like everybody else's sometimes. And yet, my wife married me anyway. Right? I met my lovely bride in the rooms of AA. She's a psych major. Don't ever do that. Tommy, if you're not married, Mr. C, don't ever do that, because they try to fix you. They try to fix. My wife did a behavioral modification on me, wrote a term paper on me, and married me anyway.
Ooh.
Lifetime
Right.
project.
It was right. It was right. But you know what? It's we've been together 22 years, been married for 15. We lived in Sen for 7. I highly recommend Sen. It's way more fun. Well, because in Sen, if you get pissed off, you can just leave. If you leave when you're married, she gets half. True. I've also learned that when you marry somebody who's got the same temper issues that I do, when she says she's done fighting and wants to leave, do not park your car behind her. She had a 4Runner with 4-wheel drive. I had an El Camino. I was not done arguing. I parked behind her. That was a bad idea. She slapped that bitch in a 4-wheel drive and just backed up right over me.
Oh my God, the war of the models.
I was in the car.
Oops.
I was still in the car. Yeah, no, it didn't work out well at all. But you know what? We've come to learn to just give each other space and let each other. We have a rule. Only one of us can be pissed off and pinned to the roof at a time. We don't always play by that rule, but it's a good rule. Thank you, Carol. We also have a rule that she cooks, I clean. The rule's supposed to be when I cook, she cleans. Doesn't work out that way. Seems like whenever I cook, I still clean. I don't understand. I would complain about that, but as you can tell, my wife is a great cook. The best way to my heart is through my stomach. When we married, I weighed 220. As of yesterday, I weighed 280. Don't judge. Don't judge. Don't judge. She's a good cook, and I like to eat, so it's a match made in the kitchen. Yeah, thank you very much for letting me play. I appreciate it. And back to y'all.
Yeah, another round of applause for Ken Mottard.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Ken's my kind of guy. That's what I'm talking about. Making love and babies and building shit. We all love that. All right. So we're going to keep it rolling right into the next comedian. We actually got one of our veterans experience. We're going to start it all SWAT. So we're going to get her in here real early. She knows how to stretch. You know, she stretches like men like Ken. Also, by the way, I follow a guy that's a male advisor for high value men. 3 of the professions he says to watch out for is nurses, psychologists, and business administration. Women. They tend to be an issue. So Ken, thank God you're still alive, is the point. Round of applause for Ken's wife not poisoning him and cracking up his head. Excellent, excellent. Because I'm sure he deserves it. So that's the sad part. So you guys ready for this next comedian coming up right now?
Yes, sir.
All righty, right. So this next one is a yoga expert. She stretches from place to place. She even has her children stretching all over. Bunch of plastic men like X-Men. And is beautiful, calm, peaceful, and understood, even though she may kill her children in 3 to 4 days. So round of applause so she can feel good and not kill her babies for Bella, the goddess of love. Rose.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so yeah. Actually, I made it through. I actually have adults now. I raised them without killing them. It's quite a miracle. So it's kind of weird that I have adult children because I can't even figure out how to be an adult yet. You know, like every time they send me bills, I just throw them away. Just like, fuck that shit. Like, you know, health insurance. He's like, do you have health insurance? No, because I'm morally opposed to that shit. You know, it's like, right now I'm going fucking crazy because I want to be in Bali. In Bali, I could just go to the hospital. I could get all my tests done. They could give me a bunch of drugs so I wouldn't be freaking out about it for just like pennies, for peanuts, you know? And here, the medical system, I'm not going to go there. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
even.
for peace of mind, you can vote for Carl Anthony for president, as I am a single-payer healthcare man. And also, I will be freezing women's eggs as part of that plan. So my young women out there working hard can get some babies later in life.
Yeah, I probably should have had my babies later. I would have appreciated them more. But there you go. Now I just have dogs. Oh, yeah. So I'm co-parenting. Even though we've already raised our children, I still live with the father of my children, who is basically hates me for a good reason, I suppose, because I got pregnant by a poor polygamist. And I mean, it's a lot. I mean, a lot. I wouldn't even go there, but I know, like, out of all the men in LA, he's like, all the men in LA, you have to choose a poor polygamist, a Rastafarian, a rabbi turned reggae singer. Yeah, he's still, but that was like 15 years ago. But you know, some people hold a grudge. No, they have to continuously pay money because we are like true opposites. He makes money and I simply spend it. You know, and I'm just like, you should be happy you have me, because what would you do with all your money? You know? It's just baffling to me. It's baffling to me that he fucking won't buy a house, because I'm watching like this narco show, and all these narcos, they have like multiple houses. Like they have like 20 houses. And we don't even have one house. I'm like, really? We need a safe house. I'm really like, I'm always preparing, you know, for the big one. Do you guys have your earthquake bags and stuff? Do you have your earthquake kits, your earthquake buckets, backpacks in your car? Raise your hands if you do. 1, 2, 2 out of 3. Okay, that's like pretty good. Most people are into complete denial about it. But yeah, I'm like, we need a safe house in Colorado. That's where I'm thinking. You know, they just made magic mushrooms legal. That's my home state.
Oh, nice.
Proud of them. I'm so proud of them. I'm just like, yes. And because I just, like he was saying about, you know, what happens is your brain is not developed, especially boys' brains. Your brain doesn't develop. And then we do all these, like me, I spent like 3 months on acid, like every day I'm doing acid. My 16th summer, every day on acid. So I'm sure that impacted my brain development. My daughter, she is now a psych major. So she just, you know, analyzes me. Apparently I have borderline personality disorder. So yeah, it's good to have a mental health worker though in the family. I'm really happy that finally, because everyone in our family is fucking crazy. Like, honestly, I don't even know where she came from. I'm just like, if I hadn't had a home birth, if I hadn't given birth at home in my apartment, I would just be like, who the fuck is this child? You know, she has straight A's. She's graduating at the top 5% of her class at UCI. She doesn't do drugs. Like, she won't even smoke pot. Yeah. I'm like, who is this child? But, you know, I didn't believe in setting the bar really high for my kids. You know, like me, I just ran away. I became a stripper. They didn't have a lot to live up to. You know, I didn't. But here she is. She's like an Asian child. And I'm not even an Asian mother. I'm so happy. The other one, oh God, the other one, God help me. She's just like my curse. She is my curse. I would say she used to be my love child. She was so cute. Oh my God, Johanna, just enjoy these moments when they cannot talk. Just enjoy the moments. Is that why 1 minute? Or, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I tell you, she is funny though, I have to say. I just laugh. Well, I wish I could think of something she says offhand, but now I have my 1 minute in my head and now I completely forgot what I was gonna say. So I'll just end it right there and we'll pick it back up another day.
That's right. Round of applause for Borderline Bella Rose. Hey, baby, that's all right. It's perfectly fine. I got a multiple personality disorder. They say people are bipolar. I have a left brain.
I have a multiple personality disorder too.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal.
Multiple things, you know.
Well, I mean, it's what we have to do to deal with the structure of society because it's not natural. We're 40 to 400,000-year-old bodies. We got to work, be on a time schedule, do all this thing, deal with all these extra stresses. Back when we were doing the cave thing, up until the last 200-300 years, none of this shit was an issue. So I think these are coping strategies we use, and some people can handle them, and other people shoot up schools. You know.
You know what? I'm growing some nice plants. Like I have psilocybin growing in my backyard.
Yeah.
So I have plant medicine, psilocybin, and I just discovered poor man's heroin. I'm gonna try growing that. Because nowadays they will not give you painkillers. They're like, oh yeah. Oh, they used to hand them out like candy. Nowadays, you have a toothache, you're like dying. They're like, oh, take some Motrin. You're gonna get a biopsy. Take some Motrin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? So I'm gonna start growing my poor man's heroin, you know?
Yeah.
I'm old. I think like at a certain age, you should just be allowed to have some opium. You know, like 45, you should be allowed to smoke opium. That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
you know, I have a lot of aches and pains from twisting myself into a pretzel.
Yeah. No, I'm the same here. I'm a basketball player, so I got bad knees, a bad back. I literally have bone spurs in my back that look like bat wings on an X-ray that comes through my spine. So definitely, medication is definitely needed. The CBDs I need. Some other party stuff I need, but not acceptable for television performance. And we're going to get back to our next comedian. So I'm going to give another round of applause for Borderline Bella, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to hop right in to our next gentleman, another savvy veteran of the Dive Bar Comedy Show. He's probably seen several fist fights and several very drunk, mean people as he performed in There's another one here right now. So we're on track for the best show ever. Are you ready for the man with the master plan? Can I get a clap, 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 clap for Tommy, the bad man, Lucero?
Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. I got a fun announcement. I officially have not drank in about a year now. It's a little over a year.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thanks. It's mostly because a judge said I'm bad at it. Not doing that anymore. It's probably for the best though, because a lot of things have changed. Specifically, there's things called Corona parties now. And when I used to go to Corona parties when I was younger, it's because that's what we could afford. Now when people go to Corona parties, it's because they want to find out if they still have insurance. So things are way different from when I was a kid. And I'm real glad too, though, because I'm going to get tested tomorrow. But so far, I don't think I'm all that sick or anything. I thought I was real bad because I had a sore throat. But turns out I just got to stop pulling that belt so tight. That's all that is. And then I was locked inside so much recently, I started reading a lot of weird news stuff. One of the weird news things I got to read was that 9 out of 10 people said they've considered cannibalism during the quarantine stuff. And the 10th one was delicious. It's weird too, because being that I was locked in again, I think a lot of porn gets a bad rep, you know? I'm gonna say that right now. A lot of porn, I mean, yeah, there's bad stuff out there, don't get me wrong. There's some horrible shit. There's terrible, terrible stuff. But for one thing, I think the worst thing about snuff porn is that there's no residuals. That's the worst thing about that. Probably the worst thing about the kiddie porn stuff is I still don't get to see my dad for another 5 years.
Oh.
Probably like the worst stuff, I would say. And there's a lot of drunk dialing happens, it seems, with this whole pandemic shit. People are drinking more, specifically my exes. I got a weird drunk dial from an ex. It was real strange. She wanted to know if I wanted to get back together with her, is what she wanted to know. And I said, I am not going to do that because I've lived long enough to know that white trash is not recyclable. You can't do that.
Nice.
Skipped out on that. I'm not that great either, though. Picking girls, significant others, as it were. One of the last girls I was dating, she had face tattoos. That's the kind of girls I like to go for, mostly because I like to make even blowjobs kind of like a carnival game, is what I like to do. Face tattoos are awesome for me. She also insisted on me referring to her as a mermaid, guys. And the only reason I went along with it was the smell. My own fault, I would guess. About that. I knew it was coming to an end too when I came home one day and she goes, Tommy, you want to watch a movie, Tommy? You want to watch a movie with me? I was like, I don't know, what kind of movie is it? And she goes, well, Tommy, it's a movie about the Civil War. It's kind of like a period piece. I was like, I don't think I'm going to watch that with you. Because this morning when I got in the shower with you, I saw enough period pieces in there. So I'm going to have to skip.
Oh, God.
And with that, my name is Tommy Lucero. You guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Tommy Lucero. That's right. Right, Tommy knows what it's all about. Mr. Cool himself, laying it down and whatnot. Did everybody enjoy Tommy?
Yeah.
What I'm talking about. That man knows what he's doing right there. He's super skilled and super talented. And if you haven't followed him, follow him and check him out because he's one of our favorite comedians that deals with the Dive Bar Show. So I'm gonna keep it moving for speed's sake, and I'm gonna go right into the next comedian that's gonna be laying it down. Now, this lady right here, she is used to entertaining people in all kind of ways. As a former cheerleader, I don't even think some of those ways are describable in what you can say in this world. For legal purposes. But also, I want you guys to get ready and get set up because this woman is also about to be probably one of the next Raiderettes in the game. Once she gets off that couch, puts on some Bengay, does 3 bumps of coke, she's going to win that fucking contest and she's going to be the best cheerleader in NFL history. So get ready and give me a clap, 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 clap for Sandy. Once I was lost, now I am Gelfound.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you. Great to be here. So everybody's new to me here. So raise your hand if you're local, if you're from the LA area. Okay. All right. Raise your hand if you're from out of town. Raise your hand. Let me see it. Okay. All right. Good. Raise your hand if you're a former NFL Raider cheerleader who had a date with Arnold Schwarzenegger at the Good Earth restaurant on Pico Boulevard in Westwood and stood him up. Raise it up. I'm the only one, huh? You know, I loved cheerleading, but I did not like being single. I'm so glad I'm married now because dating was just really crazy making. I remember, you know, I'm a professional dancer. And so when I go out to the nightclubs and a guy would say, "Oh, would you like to dance?" I'm like, "Sure, but do you mind if I stretch first?" And, okay. So then I'm on the ground and I say, "Okay, stretch me." And along. What else do I have here? So I'm married now, and I had my child later in life. I guess I'm what you call an older mom. So, you know, on the weekends, I notice a lot of moms, they go to, on the weekends, they go to like Disneyland or Magic Mountain or, you know, the park. I like to go to sit and sleep and lie down. Anyway, but even though I'm an older mom, I think I have a lot in common with my son. Because we both get very upset when the battery dies on our favorite toy. So, you know, my brother died recently. May he rest in peace. And so, you know, I've been grieving, and oh, hello.
Sorry.
If someone hasn't gone through it, you know, people are kind of uncomfortable with crying. It's like weird, and it made me start thinking about crying and the different type of criers there are. You know, there's the beautiful crier where it's kind of like just a hand on your heart and a little tear comes down, like, "I'm sad." Stop. And then it's more like me. I'm like an ugly crier. And then there's the sobber. Then there's the pounder and the sobber. And then one of my least favorite is the "I'm not gonna cry." You know, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. No, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. And then there's the stoic macho girl. "I don't cry. I don't cry. I do have to go to the bathroom, but I don't cry." Okay. It's working on that one. And okay, so I got a new car, and so fancy the cars now. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I liked it so much where they tell you everything. Like I get in the car and it says, "Your oil is low. You need an oil change soon." So I I think, I say, okay. And I call and I make the appointment for, a week in advance. So I have my appointment, but these new cars, they kind of hit on whatever your character flaws are. Like I'm a kind of a procrastinator, and so I every time I turn on the car, it's like, I said, your oil is low. Your oil is low. Your oil is low. I'm like, okay, procrastinator. I feel like the car knows me, like change the oil. Anyway, let's see what else we have here. So my husband and I have been married a little over 10 years, and I have 4 stepchildren, and it's really important to me that they feel like I love them as much as I love my own biological child. So I made a commitment to learn their names. Having a kid, you really have to be careful what you say because they're like parrots. They repeat everything you say. So my son Max, his friend Johnny was over for a play date. And, when Johnny's mom came and picked up Johnny, my son Max said, "Bye, Johnny." And then he said to Johnny's mother, "Bye, gold digger." So the next night we're at my stepson, Jeff's house. And 1 minute, yeah. And we had a nice time. Love Jeff. He's a great guy. And when we were leaving, Jeff said, "Bye, Dad. Bye, gold digger."
Oh, no.
So let me see if there's one more that I wanted to. I told my husband, honey, before we have sex, before we have relations, I need to talk about my feelings, my emotions. I need to share. So he said, okay. So he brought in a tape recorder. He said, "Gab as much as you want and wake me up when you're done." Something like that. Or when you're ready. I don't know. I'll work on it. Okay, folks. Thank you so much for letting me try out a few things.
That's right. That's right. Another round of applause for Sandy. Once I was lost, now I am Gelfound.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Hell yeah. And she reminded me because as a parent, my dad used to get so upset. He used to always get frustrated and he would call me my sister's name. I would say, so he'd get upset, like, "Shelby, CJ, boy, get over here." And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? You're so upset. So tell me, this is how damaging your parents are, right? 30 years later, I just went over there last Christmas and my nephew Jabril is doing something kind of weird. My dad gets mad at him and like gets frustrated. He goes, CJ, Jabril, stop what you're doing. And I just looked at him like, 30 years later, I'm still an asshole, daddy. But that's what we call love in Philadelphia. So that's right. So let's give another round of applause for Sandy. Once I was lost, now I am Gelfound. And we're going to go right into the next comedian, back to back like cook crack. And this dude is a straight Mac. He's a classic fan that we got from a spot called the A to Z Comedy Tour, sponsored by my man Daryl Gregg, a veteran showing mad love, building something from the ground up. Check out the A to Z Comedy Tour. And this man coming to the stage right now, as mentioned, is a Mac and as cool as a cat that'll slap his big ass sons in the back. And he's gonna tell you how he don't get no slack because he hit you like a bunch of shots in the air and the plane is taking flat. So get ready, lay it down and give me a clap, 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 clap for Daryl, the Mac Daddy. Come on.
What's happening? I've been sitting like this for like the entire show and no one has seemed to notice.
I noticed, but I didn't do anything.
It is Kamack too, by the way. It's all good though.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
No,
you
no,
know.
no. Hey, no problem. I guess if it wasn't a problem, I wouldn't have mentioned it, right? But what's happening, man? This is like real cool, you know. Like I said, this is my second online show that I've done since this whole thing started. So I feel great. You know, I'm glad to be out. You know, I'm glad to the audience that's chose to view this. You know, you could be anywhere else, but you chose to stop by and take a look at us. So we appreciate it. Give it up to all the comics you've seen before me. That's all been great. You know, this is a new venue, a new method of giving out the funny to you guys. So, just enjoy this shit, man. You know. Anyway, yeah, my name is Daryl Kamack. Kamack is a Jewish name. I know, whatever. Right? How I got it, I don't fucking know. I don't know. You know, I guess I'm more, won't say completely blackish. I guess I'm kind of bluish. I don't call myself a Jew. I'm more Jew adjacent. But, you know, I got nothing but love for you. You know, Mazel tov, motherfuckers. You're damn right, man. You know, like I said, man, I hadn't been doing a comedy, man, because all this crazy shit that's going on, man. You know, I'm tired of this shit already. You know, I know white people tired of this shit, you know. But but hey, that's part of it. You're gonna have to just deal with it. You know, because it's gonna be a while. We've been dealing with this shit for 400 years, so you can do with this shit for about 2 or 3 more months. You know but yeah, I get it. You know, it's rough, man. I'm glad all this shit's coming out. I mean, I lived a lifetime of this bullshit, right? And like you said, somebody like get into office like Trump. I'm not gonna get into whole Trump jokes and all that shit, but you gotta admit, you know, and I'm not a Trump fan by no means at all. But I can tell you, just watching him, he made me realize that you can do whatever the fuck it is you want to do, you know, no matter how unprepared for it you are. How unprepared you are. You know what I'm saying? He showed us that. You know? All you gotta do, you ain't underqualified for shit. You just gotta trump that shit. That's what I call it. Yeah. You know, you're gonna find yourself in a situation that you don't know what to do, never been prepared for it. Hey, trump that shit. Right? That's what you do. A lot of you women who with guys you don't really like and you dealing with them and you know, you really wish they'd go somewhere else, but you need it for whatever reason. You trumping that shit too. Right? Guys that's taking out women who can't afford, you know, and buying all this shit, putting shit on credit cards, knowing you can't pay for that shit. You trumping that shit. You know? Hey, I'm trumping this shit right now on this show. But that's what you do, man. I mean, and also he's shown us that white privilege is real. It's real. Okay. I mean, here this man is. He could not get a loan from any bank in the United States. He had declared bankruptcy, I believe it was like 7 times. So I know for sure that only a white man can become president of the United States with bad credit. Let a black man try to get in there with bad credit. You know what I'm saying? You won't even get the nomination. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably kick your ass for even applying for this shit, you know? But yeah, bad credit, man, you know, but he got all the way in there and he's trumping that shit. But you know, I got to give him props for it, even though we got to get his crazy ass out of there. You know? Yeah, we got to get his crazy ass out of there. We got to vote his ass out. I just hope that when this shit go down, he don't decide to, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to push the button before I'm going to turn this shit over, you know? Because another thing I think is you should not be able to be run for president unless your dick gets hard as a male. Right? Really. Because you know what I'm saying? You don't have a whole lot of shit to live for after that, right? So you don't really care what goes down. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to you. You know what I'm saying? So that should be a prerequisite for you running the president. Does that shit still work? You know what I'm saying? Do you still care about that? Because if you don't, then you know what? I don't want you making decisions for me because we're on two different planes, right? You know what I'm saying? I know I say I'm older and I still, and I still, but I still, do what I can do, right?
Right.
I ain't done shit. Matter of fact, I just do it better.
There you go.
And then now we add the chemical element and all that, it's not, I wouldn't even say it's a level playing field. Actually, it's tilted more in my direction now, Shoot, the power of chemistry plus knowledge. Shit, you young boys better work out. Better be careful.
Amen.
Yeah, hey, you'll be here one day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll be here one day. You get there, And I can, that commercial. I used to watch that commercial, and they would talk about.
That's cold back then.
Yeah, saying, oh, did I disappear?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I said they would. Sorry, you guys. I'm having a little technical deal with
I
the
think
lighting.
Trump got him. Trump got him.
Yeah.
Boy, they taking
There he
him
is.
down.
There he is. They
Black
heard
Lives
me.
Matter, man.
Yeah.
Matter.
Yeah, they heard me. They heard me say, yeah, we're going to stop this, Yeah, anyway, that commercial, they used to say, if you have a hard on for more than 48 hours, no, not 48 hours, more than 8 hours. It's 8 hours, right?
4.
4 hours? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To go to the doctor, right? I can tell you right now, if I got a hard on for more than 4 hours, I'm not the one going to the doctor.
For sure.
I'm sending a whole lot of folks to the doctor.
Sure.
I'm going over to the neighbor's house. I'm going down to the mall. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You got to take it on the road, bro. Go down to the border, help build the wall. Got to do something with it. Yeah, but yeah, I kid though. Well, not really. She's probably listening. Yeah, I told her I got a conference call for work, so. Yeah. This is a great show, man. I'm having a good time, man. I hope the audience is out there enjoying this shit too. Yeah. I get to. Oh, did I get it? Hold on. Okay, I got 1 minute. Okay, cool. I see the conference call. That's funny. But yeah, okay. But anyway, I'm gonna end it with this. You know what, you guys, man, there's a lot of racism, a lot of bullshit going on. But I look at all of us, man, all of us, even on this show and in the audience, I look at it like a big jigsaw puzzle. You know what I'm saying? We all look a little different. We all shaped a little different, but we all seem to fit. So the more pieces of that puzzle we get, the better off we're all going to be, right? But anyway, so much love. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, that's right. Another round of applause for Daryl. On the block, they call him KK. K-Mac. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to keep it rolling. We got our last comedian coming up to the stage. She's actually one of our classic ones. She is our closer for the evening, a super talent all the way from the East. Stand up late for us like a true motherfucking soldier. And that's because she's from Philly. That's where I am from. And you better get ready. She might be from down South Philly. She got one of them names. And it's kind of smooth and kind of swaggy. I even think her uncle used to wear white shirts with white ties and walk with real big dudes in suits and look like white guys. And they don't talk too much, but they catch your ass in the clutch. And let's get it on down. Are you ready for this next comedian? Can I get a yeah? Yeah. That's right. Back in the town, they call her a Philly John, and you better get ready for the cool, the smooth. Some people call it sauce, some people call it gravy, but they call her Rachel Miss Ooh La La Fogletto.
Oh man. If they call me that, I would not be on this Zoom show right now. But I appreciate that intro. That's probably that's the best Zoom intro I've had this entire quarantine. So I really appreciate it. I feel like everybody on Zoom has just been like, and what the fuck are we doing? Here's the next person. Do your skits like we do. Okay, cool. You guys in therapy? Yes, therapy out there? Anyone cool? No, I know there's still a social stigma, right, about therapy. I came up with a really quick assessment to determine if you need it. You can tell how much you need therapy by how much your gums would bleed if you were to start flossing right now. Saying you learn a lot about yourself. My therapist is, during the quarantine, not easy for me. My therapist just says you have to reframe your negative thoughts. You've probably heard people say things like every dark cloud has a silver lining. When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. She said, why don't you try one? And I was like, when you're codependent, you're never alone. Look, I don't think it's the worst thing. I will let the butterfly go. I would just appreciate a text to let me know what's going on, okay? Biggest fear about codependency, I end up a ghost, right? That's what ghosts are, right? They're just the people that died that can't move on. It's like, oh, you want to put those plates in that cabinet? No, now they're on the floor. You're scared. They're the worst. That's what okay. Yeah, that's just something I'm clinging on to, like this joke that I think is funny that nobody else does, but who fucking cares? Even though I'm codependent, I don't believe in marriage personally. I don't care what other people do. But I don't believe in marriage because I don't think you should fuck people you live with. Small thing, never really worked in my favor. Thankfully, a lot of everybody keeps saying like, oh, I feel so bad for like married people or people in relationships in quarantine. I'm at the age where all my friends have been getting divorced, and before quarantine, they would come to me like newly single and they would want to do crazy shit we did like in our 20s. And I'm like, that's like a whole other time for me. They're like, Rachel, let's do something crazy. What do you do now that's crazy? And I'm like, do you want to go to the gym and take spin cycling class until we come? Like, I don't know. Look, if you didn't laugh at that, you need to know about spin cycling because like you would be in a room with like 30 other people, but you would get your own stationary bike and it's just jammed up between your legs and you're bent over and a big sweaty person yells orders at you for an hour.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, I came. I don't know. You guys got weird when I talked about coming, and there's been like a lot of shit happening. There's like been somebody stretching the whole time.
I just think they were just imagining it.
I have no problem with it. I think it's great.
Yeah,
but it's like 2020 has been a very polarizing year. If we can't unite on orgasms, we're fucked. Okay, no pun intended. We're fucked with no orgasms. Like you're either clitoris or against us. Get on board, guys. You all have to come. You know what? You're right. I am from South Philly. It's a very conflicted area. You learn a lot about yourself here, especially in quarantine. My across the street neighbors just got this big sign in their window, all capital letters. It says, "This house protected by guns and God." Yeah, that is a powerful statement. So I was like, oh, so now I have to get a sign, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're socially distantly passive aggressive getting signs. So I was like, maybe I'll get one of those signs I've seen people have that says hate has no home here. But then I was afraid I was going to get fucking robbed. Because like, what house are you obviously not going to break into? So I was like, okay, what kind of sign can I get that's like left leaning, but still really aggressive and off-putting? So I ended up making my own sign and it just says, "This house protected by Hillary Clinton." Nobody bothers me. They don't knock on the door. It's fucking great. I don't know. You learn a lot about yourself in quarantine. I found you learn a lot about yourself by who you sing happy birthday to when you wash your hands. Okay, because you run out of names real quick. You got to go through 2 cycles. I find now all I do is I just sing happy birthday to Joe Biden. like over and over and over again. I just want him to keep having more birthdays. You know, he's in that vulnerable age group. So I'm like, you know, what the fuck? I'll donate my hair so he can smell it to make sure he still has a sense of smell. You know? I'm glad you guys like that because people got really mad when I first heard that. They're like, it's inappropriate. And I was like, are you gonna cancel me? I'm in quarantine. I'm stuck in my room doing comedy on my fucking computer. Like, what else are you gonna do? This is a fake background. I mean, it's downstairs. I have a fake background of downstairs in my house. How fucking sad is that? Cancel culture is weird. Like you guys, I'm a 90s kid, so they're doing 90s nostalgia, right? And I love it, like, because they're doing it correctly. Like the past 5 years, we've gotten like Janko jeans, the wedge sandals, the glitter eyeshadow. We're pretending we didn't know what Michael Jackson did. Like, perfect. Like, and don't act like, you know, like people I know that are my age are like, they saw Finding Neverland and they're like, oh my God, I had no idea. And I'm like, how the fuck did you not know? We all knew. But anyway, I don't know. It's like you'll go to a party back when you could go to parties and Michael Jackson will come on the radio and people will cut it off. And I'm like, look, you gotta do what you gotta do. But my biggest concern is that if we just start canceling all the music of every pop star who's abusive, problematic, toxic, shitty person, we're going to be left with nothing but insane clown posse.
Ooh.
You guys don't know they're actually really decent people. Like, I don't make the rules. I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, well, obviously I can't end on that. Somebody talked about porn. I'll do a porn joke. Somebody talked about porn during quarantine. I've been horny in quarantine, obviously. I think like my stuff, I've been vanilla shamed because I like basic stuff like your boss, secretary, teacher, student. When this shit's over, I'm just gonna be like, anybody outside? And I just don't like the big dick blowjob thing because I have a small mouth, so I'm bad at blowjobs. I know that's true because men are always like, Rachel, I just need more space.
In your mouth.
But like in my mouth. And I opened up to a male friend about it, no pun intended. I'm like, no, I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. You gag. And he's like, but that's the hottest part, Rachel, is like the gagging and like the tears. You guys know about the blowjob tears, right? Like it's like you get tears because it's dick in your throat. It's uncomfortable. And you cry. And this turns men on, apparently. And I was like, look, if that's what turns you on, you can just cut out the middleman, hurt my feelings. Everybody wins. All right. My name is Rachel Fogletto. Check in on your dickhead friends. That's my time. Thank you.
All right.
That's a great show, everybody. That was fun.
That's right. Philly. Good job, girlie. Great. Thanks for being patient and waiting to the end of the show. She was actually our final comedian, everybody. And it was a great situation. It was educational. We learned a lot today. We dealt with social issues. We found out that Michael Jackson is crazy. And big shout out to guys like Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, and a lot of rock stars and like 14, 15-year-old ladies. It's really a big thing. The world is crazy. Shout out also to Mr. Epstein. He's a gangster. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. Lock them all up. Put them under the jail. But keep the fucking music playing because that shit is good. I still fuck the R. Kelly. I'm sorry. That 12 plays the shit. That 12 plate is the shit. I done knocked like 9 holes to that. Fuck that. I'm not giving it up. Seems like you're ready. It sounds bad when you actually think about it. But when you're not thinking about it, and she's like 27, it's perfectly normal. So anyway, we're going to close the show out. We're going to run through all of our comedians' names, just top to bottom. Give a shout out, and we'll just give it a slow, keep it on, clap, 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 clap for everybody that did their show like they really killed the stage. We had our first comedian to hit the stage, Mr. Ken Mottard, Mr. Clap, 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 Ken Mottard and whatnot. He did his goddamn thing. Then we followed up with the yoga goddess, Miss Bella Rose. Clap, 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 clap for that goddamn situation. Then we came back with the Tom God, Mr. Salsa himself, Tommy Lucero. You know what I'm saying? He's a bad man and whatnot. Then we had a cheerleader. She was like, ooh, ooh, Bang! I'm a MILF and a GILF. Everybody wants to fuck, so you better track down Miss Sandy. I was once lost, but now I'm Gelfound, baby. That's right, that's right. She's the winner chicken dinner, baby. You better get ready with it. And after that, we followed up with much more great talent because we had the KK from the block himself smacking his young boys in the head like he got more health. He's strong as fire and got a dick rock hard, and he'll walk around and show it to you like he's God. So you better show it up for KK, Mr. Daryl KK, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we closed it out with the Philly joint. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Cheesesteaks and balls and all that, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Smack the dude up like pat. Yo, the dude is a fucking dickhead, yo. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, keep it back. I got a piece of the Veterans Stadium right here. It's a rock right here on my table. Don't worry about it because I'm gangster like that. Round of applause for Rachel Fogletto. That's right. Don't make her uncle come fucking find you bastards. Anyway, we'll get on the show. Everybody, round of applause. Thank you guys for all coming out. And one love to our ladies that ran the show tonight, Miss Carol Newell and Miss Joanna Petrie and Joe. Tell them where we're going to go, baby girl.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed almost the whole show trying to put this baby to sleep. He's finally asleep. Party animal wants to stay up late. But good thing Dive Bar Comedy is on the replay everywhere you might listen to or watch podcasts. We're on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube. You can always watch the replay back on the Dive Bar Comedy page on Facebook. And if you want to talk to us, reach out, say hello. We're at Dive Bar Comedy on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else. So I'm very excited to have you all on. I'm going to be watching the replay. I hope you guys watch the replay too and share it with your friends. And check us out every Tuesday night at Dive Bar Comedy. Great show. Thank you, Mista See, for holding it down. And thank you to all of our great comics. All right. Have a good one, people, and be safe indoors.
Yeah. Good night, Facebook land.
Good night.